Hey, welcome everybody. Here we are at Olympic Stadium in Montreal, Canada, and you're going to see a game between the New York Mets, the 79 Mets, against the 79 Expos. OG, welcome to the House of Craziness. We are back from a long, long week of suffering at the job, and now we are back enjoying ourselves. And it's going to be Lee Mazzilli coming up to bat against Ross Grimsley, the left-hander for the Montreal Expos. Grimsley was 10-9 with a 5.35 ERA in 1979. So the Mets should be able to manage a few line drives against him because he has a tendency to give up some runs. And we're going to get started right away. It's going to be Lee Mazzilli. He's a switch hitter. He's batting righty versus a lefty. And here we go. We have the two mini dice. I don't know what they're about, size 8mm, I guess. I'm going to throw them for Grimsley. And that's a 6. That's a tough. And then we're going to throw a 59, a tough 59. And against a lefty, we're in a fly ball right field. So that's going to be a fly ball right field, and we started this game. We never got our scorecard going. So we're gonna create a quick scorecard, and then we're gonna input it later. So that was Mazzilli. So we're gonna call him Maz, right? And Maz, what did he do? 59. He flied out to right, so 1 out. And next is going to be Tim Foley. As you can see, this is game number 9. As you can see, I'm not one for preparation, doing a lot of preparation. I like to just get down to rolling, man. That's the beauty of this game. Now, Tim Foley is a very unique story because he plays, I think, 3 games with the Mets, and he has 7 at-bats. So, I don't know that he had any hits with the Mets when he played with them. Now, I didn't want to print out his fringe card. Did not want to do that. So what did I do? Yeah, April 18th. So Foley goes 0 for 5 in this game, so he's not going to be able to get a hit in this game. So let's see what happens here. He gets it. He actually moves on to, I believe, Pittsburgh, and he has, a decent season. He bats 296 against righties and 282 against lefties. So I got a lot of things going on here. My phone's running out of battery. So I got a lot of stuff going on. Let's get that going. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Let's roll Grimsley, a 10. And a 56, so that's a 10 is an in play. 56 against a lefty is going to be an easy out, ground ball to second. Foley grounds out, 2 away. Next batter is going to be Stevie Henderson. And gonna roll. It's a 9. Hey there, man. Jerry's in town. 9, and that's going to be range. All right, so the only thing that can happen here is range. So we're going to look at the range for which player, and it's going to be range center field. It works out perfectly if you look at the card, range center field. So we're going to roll under range, and let's see what happens. Now, range center field, let's look at that quickly. Center fielder, since I have nothing in front of me, I have to look at the actual lineup. The center fielder was Dawson. I'm doing this without a scorecard. I'm kind of improvising a scorecard. Andre Dawson is a range D. A range D, we rolled a 43. Let's look at that. A D is 1 to 55 is a hit, and that falls in there for a hit. Now, what kind of hit? Is it a double? Is it a single? I don't know. Let's find out. A hit against the outfield is a single. If there were anybody on base, they'd move up 2 bases. Look at that. 2 stars. So it's going to be a single for Henderson, a 2-out single. And Henderson had 13 stolen bases. We're going to roll. If we rolled a 4 or less, he goes, and that's a 3, so he does go. Now, he's a B base stealer. The catcher, Gary Carter, I believe has a pretty good arm, so that should be low on catchers, a low number, 5-1. He is a arm 2, an arm rating of 2, as you can see. Look at that, nice and clear there. So he's so we decided it's a 2B, and a 2B on the chart. 2B, a 2B is going to be a normal. So he's a normal base stealing opportunity or chance in this on this occasion. So we're going to pull a card. We're going to go down to the stolen base, and he is safe. Normal is safe. So he steals the base. So Henderson singles with 2 outs, and then steals second. And batting fourth today is Willie Montanez, a left-handed first baseman. Montanez. And here's the pitch. It's a 10, and that's going to be in play. In play 28. An in play 28 against a lefty. Oh, man, I thought that'd be a hit for sure, and that's outside the hit range. It's a 7-24. Wow. All right, so a 28 takes us to a pop-up, infield pop-up, and it looks like Carter makes the catch for out number 3. So the Mets lead 1. They get 1 hit, and after half an inning, there's no score. Oh, man, game 1 of the 1982 World Series, Brewers versus Cardinals. There you go. Cool. Keith Hernandez, my boy, he's in that replay. So I love that. Love Keith, man. Keith is he's a character and a half. He's colorful. I like colorful people. I like he's down to earth, and he's a colorful dude. All right, so the bottom of the second, and we're gonna have what is that? Okay. Bottom of the second, it's going to be Pat Zachary for the Mets. It's a right-hander. He was picked up for that Seaver trade, that 77 Seaver trade that shook the planet. No matter where you were at that time, you felt it. Not pretty. It was not unlike the Great Depression or the Great Recession. And Andre Dawson is going to lead it off. He's the center fielder. So Dawson is the center fielder. I don't know if I called somebody out as a center fielder, a different person as a center fielder before, but I don't think so. So Dawson's going to lead it off, and that's a 6. That's a patient, and a patient 41 against a righty. That's going to be a hit by pitch. So Dawson gets on base, hit by pitch, and he's on at first. Now Dawson stole 35 bases, so he's going to run at a 6 clip, which means it's a 7, and that's above a 6. So, what? No, what? Hey, them's is what? Them's is fighting words, man. Don't you say that. What's going on with you? Hernandez was he ever with the Cardinals? Come on, stop it. Don't rile me up here. I'm trying to play a game and relax. I have enough of you guys over at work. For Hernandez with the Cardinals. Come on, he was never a Cardinal. He bleeds blue, man. Met Shea Stadium, Flushing, Junkyard, Dog, blue. And Rodney Scott, second baseman. And that's it. Let's get going here. Pitch. That's a 9. That's in play. A 59. An in play 59. It's going to be outrange, fly ball, right field. Right fielder. You're messing with my brain. Do not do that. All right. So next, who do we have here? Warren Cromartie. Warren Cromartie's a left fielder. We're writing him in right now. It's a lefty. It's a 4, so that's a tough 86. Tough 86. And that's a ground ball, second base. That may be a double play. Double play 8 on the batter, and on the pitcher it's a 6. So that's gonna be a 4-6-3 double play. Mets are out of the inning. There it goes. There you go. F9, 4-3, first base, stolen base, and then it's a pop 2. All right. So Cromartie grounds into a double play. And we go to the top of the second inning. This is a slow-moving affair here at Montreal. You know, in Montreal, they're very European and they like to enjoy life, so they do take their time. So I'm kind of modeling that. Ross Grimsley, the left-hander, is going to face John Stearns, batting fifth today. Normally in the fourth spot, but today Stearns, the catcher, is batting fifth. So here goes the pitch from Grimsley. That's a 5. That's an in-play 97. That's going to be a fly ball lifted to left. One away. One away there. I got to do something here. I gotta. All right. There you go. Hernandez played with the Cards, 74-83. Traded to the Mets, rookie seat. No. All right, keep it up. Keep it up. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's fake news. Never played with the Cards. He was a Met, a lifelong Met. Richie Hebner, batting sixth. He's a left-handed hitting third baseman that I believe played with the Pirates until the Mets picked him up in '79. He plays third base for the Mets. And let's roll for Hebner, lefty versus lefty. That's a 9. That's range. A range check 90. So that's going to be, there's nowhere on the range that'll be a hit. So that's going to be an out and an out left field. F7. 2 consecutive outs to left field. And now it's Youngblood. Youngblood is going to be in there from now on. He has almost 600 at-bats as a Met. And Youngblood is playing, he's a right fielder for the Mets. I'm going to write that in. Right-handed hitter. Batted 277 versus lefties. That's a 4. That's wheelhouse. And that's a 30. So versus lefties, that's a deep drive to left field. And back goes the left fielder, Cromartie, to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. Joel Youngblood connects, drives one, and the Mets lead it 1-0. Joel Youngblood, absolutely, no doubt. And guess what? Ross Grimsley wishes he had that pitch back. So that's always good news when my Mets are up. That makes me happy. Gives me hope for humanity. And Doug Flynn has now been moved to second base. Foley's playing shortstop. And Kelvin Chapman has been in there for about the 10-game period that we've played so far. This is game number 9 in April, so it's kind of chilly. Weather's chilly. And it's Flynn, Doug Flynn, 2 outs. And that's going to be defense. I'm going to pull a card for that. A 66, a defense 66. Let's see, that's an error. Let's see if there's any. Nope, that's going to be an out no matter what. And it's an out. It's a 4-3. And the Mets pick up 1 run on 1 hit here in the top of the second, and they lead it by a score of 1-0. We go to the bottom of the second. We are in Montreal, where they speak Français. Parlez-vous Français? It's going to be Ellis Valentine, and we're going to double check. We are creating the scorecard as we go, so it is moving a little bit. It is a little plotting, guys. Until I get both teams to have 9 players, we are plotting a little bit. Ellis Valentine, the right fielder, is batting now. I'm trying to get the scorecard in view. I screwed up over here. Mazzilli's in center. I actually did the Foley shortstop. Henderson is, I believe, the left fielder. And Montanez is the right fielder. There you go. Montanez is the first baseman. I don't know why I said that. Okay, so the right fielder, Valentine, is up. And not facing Valentine, facing Pat Zachary. Trying to get that in there. Some sloppiness occurred, but that's okay. We're improvising here. Trying to get this in. 8, that's patient off Zachary. It's an advantage for the batter. 0-1, so that's going to be a base on balls. So, Zach and Valentine walks. Now Valentine has decent speed. He tried to steal 20 bases, was successful 11 times, so 11 and 9. And he's a 4, so we're going to roll to see if he steals. And that's a 10, so no, he does not. Does not steal. Tony Perez is next. He's the first baseman. Tony Perez. Here's the pitch to Perez. That's a 9. That's in playoff, Zachary. A 95, an in-play 95. It's going to be a fly ball to left. One down. Gary Carter, the kid. Catcher for the Expos. Eventually becomes a Met. Don't ever tell me he was an Expo. All right, here's the pitch. A 5, tough. A 12, a tough 12 is a strikeout. Carter. Curveball gets him. Out number 2. And we have Parrish, third baseman. And here's the pitch. That's a 8, and that's a patient. Patient 27. Patient 27. That's going to be a ball that's lined into the gap. Hustling after it is Mazzilli. Parrish around first and into second base. The throw not nearly in time. So that's a double in Valentine. If Valentine's at first, and if he is a 6 or more, he's going to score, and he does. So it's an RBI, 2-out RBI double by Parrish. And the game is tied now here in the bottom of the second. Next is Chris Spire. Chris Spire. I looked up his name because I was ashamed that I would get it wrong every time. Chris Spire is batting. And that's an 8. That's patient again. 59, a patient 59 against a righty. It's out of productive range and into a ground ball to second base. And that's out number 3. But the Expos pick up a run on one hit, the 2-out RBI double by Parrish, and the game is tied at 1 apiece. We go to the top of the third. Now, I didn't know if it was Chris Spear or Chris Spire. So I figured it out, and I looked it up, and it was Chris Spire. So now I know Pat Zachary is going to bat. And Pat Zachary, now, payoff pitch uses pitcher hitting cards, kind of like Strat does, which is cool. I have no problem with that. Crowd is very excited. A long-time Giant. Yes, Jerry. Absolutely, brother. And, yeah, so here it is. His pitching hitting card is a 5. Let's get the pitcher out there. Ross Grimsley. So you have him a 5. I'm trying to get, I don't have, it must be driving you guys nuts. I have all this space on my left, right? And then I have, there you go. All right, so here we are in Zachary. Gonna roll. Pitch from Grimsley, 7, patient. An 85, a patient 85 is going to be an outrange, and that's a ground ball shortstop. And that's Spire up with it. Guns it to first. Oh, guns it to first and 1 away. Just wrote a Mazzilli spot. All right, Lee Mazzilli, let's see. Hopefully he grounds to short, so I don't have to change that. 6, and that's a tough 10, and that's a strikeout. That's exactly what I wrote. Okay, see that? Boom, nice and clear. That's out number 2. Mazzilli down on strikes. Goes after the high cheese. They made a grilled cheese sandwich. And now it's Tim Foley. Tim Foley plays 3 games with the Mets and has 7 at-bats, never gets a hit. Then he goes to Pittsburgh and has a full season. 6. So that's going to be a tough off Grimsley. And that's a 0-0. That's going to be an unusual play. Now that drives us to the chart. Now I have the a rare play chart from the website. If you go to Sideline Strategies Delphi, you will find that. So that's going to be a 0-0. We're going to look at this chart here, and it's going to be a 0-2. I rolled a 0-2, so we're going to go to the other side of that. And I'm going to get these laminated. 0. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to roll that. My mistake. My APA die come into play here. Okay, now I change to the APA rules. No, I'm kidding. 34. It's right here. 34 says catcher interference. Umpire rules that catcher's mitt interfered with batter's bat. Batter is awarded first base and catcher gets an error. So it's an E2. E2, Foley is on at first. I love that. I love payoff pitch. That's cool. All right. So E2, and I get rid of my APA dice, and I go back. Ross Grimsley sets and deals. It's a 9. That's a range check, and a 76. That is going to be an out no matter what. It's a range second base. Grabs it, flips to Spire for the force out. For out number 3, 4-6. And we put the X there. And that's all she wrote there for the Mets in the top of the third. Yes, yes. Had to get the charts laminated. Absolutely, man. You protect them. They're just, I don't know. It just they're easy to pick up. They don't bend on you. And you don't have to worry about writing on them or spitting on them or spilling your beer on them or whatever the hell you're doing. You know? All right. Andre Dawson. So Henderson, him to fielder's choice. Andre Dawson now. There we go. Push that over. Oh, I lost. What happened there? Everything froze. What? I wonder what happened. What the heck? Be right back. Laundry check. Yeah, but my screen froze. I don't know. Let's see. Tell me if you're seeing anything. Pat Zachary is pitching to the pitcher now. Pitcher card. Ross Grimsley. Yeah, frozen video. I may have to do part 2 on this, man. I don't know what's going on. Let me hit the X, and this is a little bit of a primitive system. I think you're hearing me, but you can't. The video's frozen, right? I don't know if you can confirm on that. Video's frozen. We're in the bottom of the third. It's a 1-1 game. Pretty good game between the Mets and the Expos in Montreal.